computer. Okay, we're recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is Tuesday, March 7th, 2017, and I am really excited about tonight's call. I have the privilege of, she is on our team in our group. She's a star director. She's my second gen or second level, whatever you call it. I don't know. She's under Erin Decast, who is my front line. And I have the privilege of introducing y'all to her. She joined Cincy January 1st, 2014. So she's also a military spouse. She is a star director already. She's married to another fellow Navy chief's wife with two small kids. So if there's anybody that knows about trials and tribulations in a business and getting started and setting goals and achieving them, it would be Sarah Caceres. She is a top 100 earner in the incentive trip. She is going to Africa with her husband. We all know what the incentive period is that starts from May until April. Just so you know, since May 2015 to currently today, she has sold over $33,500. So she's already earned the annual sales award and has sponsored 30 new consultants since May of 2015. So we have a lot to learn from Sarah Caceres. However, tonight is only about how to do Facebook parties, which she is going to have to be doing a lot of here coming soon because they are getting stationed overseas in Italy. So without further ado, Sarah Caceres, the one and only Sarah Caceres, please take it away and enlighten us, darling.
Thank you. Okay, so, that was quite the introduction. I appreciate that. I wanted just to add a little bit to that, a little bit about my why I joined, because it kind of goes into why I've really been able to grow Facebook parties. When I joined, my husband was deployed for a year. It was just me and my daughter at the time. I wasn't working. I was home just with her. We didn't want to have two of us gone at the same time, me with her work and him gone, so I wanted to stay home. I wasn't working, so I wanted to find something that I could do to bring in some money, supplemental income. So I looked into this. It took me about 3.5 months to decide that this is what I wanted to do. So trust me, when Erin kept asking, I said no. But no doesn't always mean no forever, right? So that was me. I finally took a leap of faith and did it. But I did not want this to be a lucrative, full-time job. I did not want this to be something that I grew a team and became a leader and had a leadership position. And I sure as heck did not want to be doing training because that is something that just terrified me. It was totally out of my comfort zone. So that wasn't on my radar. But the more I started sharing this product and the more that I realized I could do this, and I dug deep down into my why to stay home with Allie, and I just gave it my all. So one thing though that I didn't do was I was not ready to do home parties. I didn't have a launch party. No, right? But I didn't have a launch party. But I did do a lot of Facebook stuff, Facebook events. I did Facebook groups, like VIP groups. Anybody? Could you guys mute your end, whoever that is, just so that we can make sure we have everybody can hear what I'm saying. Thank you. But yeah, I wasn't comfortable yet to really get into home parties and events and a launch party and things like that. So I really pushed pouch parties and Facebook parties. So it's been a lot of trial and error with what I have done that has worked, hasn't worked. And it's still something that is constantly being improved and changed. So hopefully there is something that I can share with you guys this evening that you guys can take and implement into your business and kind of put your own personal spin on it. So I do two types. Let me turn this off. I do two types of Facebook parties. Okay, I do 30-minute style, which is basically the host picks one day, whatever day she wants, and I typically try to do these through the week. I don't do these 30-minute styles through the weekend because on the weekends we all know it's hard to get people's attention. So do it Monday through Friday. And typically I try to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because Monday, everybody knows everybody's crazy on a Monday. And Friday, people are weekend status. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is when I try to do my 30-minute Facebook parties. This is going to be, they pick one time, and it could be anywhere between 7 to 9 my time, which I'm East Coast. So we figured out that, but I don't do anything before 7 and I don't do anything after 9. And there are 5 really important things that you have to remember with the 30-minute party, but also just Facebook parties in general. And the number one thing goes hand in hand with any style party that you're doing, and that is hostess coaching. Hostess coaching is incredibly, incredibly crucial to these style parties. It's really important because you're not physically there with that person. You can't be there to coach them. You can't be there at the party with them to, pump up the excitement and get the RSVPs in and everything. So you really need to hostess coach with them and explain to them what your expectations of them are. And I say expectations because, this is our business. This is where our income comes from. So you want to set the standards high. You want to let them know. I try to get my parties booked a month in advance. So I do a 1-month hostess coaching 1 month out. Then I'll do a 1-week hostess coaching out, and then I will touch base again the night before the event. So now there's a couple different ways that you can do this. I typically will like to FaceTime them if I can, or Skype, however, whatever works for them. If they're in person, I still have 30-minute Facebook parties with people who are local. But if I can't meet with them in person, because typically they are out of state, I'll do Facebook or Skype. And then I will talk with them for just a quick 5-10 minutes max, nothing more than that, just enough to pump up their excitement, let them know what I expect, let them know that when they are reaching out to people to invite them, and I'm going to touch base on this in a second, they need to personally be doing this. If they are not taking the time to literally one by one send a message, text them, call them, and ask them, it's not going to make a good impact and a good impression. If they are doing group messages, which is a huge no-no, it's a huge no-no in everything that you do or they do as a host with you. They need to individually do it. I don't know how many times I get put into a group message for a Facebook party for LuLaRoe or LipSense or anything like that, and I'm immediately annoyed. And I leave the group before I even read the conversation. So you want to make sure that each person is individually being reached out to. Because one, they're going to say like, oh, okay, Heather took the time to really see that I might love this product. She personally reached out and said, this is a new product that I might like. This is a new scent that I might like. Make it personable. Okay, so when it comes to actually inviting them, you want to make sure they are not inviting, and this is going to sound crazy too. No, you do not want their entire friends list in this group. You do not want them to send, like when you create the event, and I do events, not groups, you do not want them to send the entire event to their friends list so that they can see there's, anywhere between 800 to 1,200 people in this group. That's not personable. You want these online parties to be just like a home party as much as possible. You don't have 800 people at a home party. Could you imagine? That would be killer. But you don't have 800 people at a home party. So you don't want them at a Facebook party either. No more than 50 people. I tell them 30 to 50. If you can sit down and go through your friends list, which is friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, friends, parents, your children's friends, parents, and then your significant other, your spouse or anything like that, their acquaintances, their friends list. Have them go through that. And if they can get up to 50, then that's who they're personally going to be reaching out to. Now, this is why I try to have a group, an event at least a month out, because that gives them enough time to be personable with them. The next thing I'm going to do with the invites is I'm going to ask her to personally go on her Facebook page and post something excited. I want her to put her face in this. So I want her to take a picture of her favorite warmer. I want her to take a picture of her favorite, if her kids love Scentsy Buddies, I want her to take a picture of their kids and Scentsy Buddies. Could you guys make sure your ends are muted, please? Just so it's not, I don't want it to get noisy. But then I want her to post. Good. Okay. Hey, I'm having a Scentsy party with Sarah Caceres. It is at this time, at this night. I'm really excited. These are my favorite products, whatever, that she can make it personable so that her customers and her audience and her guests, her family and friends can see that she has been genuine with this post, because her audience, her friends list, they know her. They're going to know whether that is scripted or not. They're going to know whether it's genuine or authentic. And that's all that you want this event to be. So make sure that she is putting something very personable to her that everyone's going to be able to relate to. And then, of course, attach your website. So if anybody wants to look, they can. And then have her end it with, I have the event set up. If you would like an invitation, please let me know. Do not have her throw people in these events without asking. That is going to put a bad taste in their mouth. How many events have you guys been put into lately that you just find yourself leaving because you were not asked and you're incredibly annoyed by it? Every one of us, I guarantee, at least probably 5 in a day. I'm not even kidding. It's ridiculous. So make sure that she's asking before she adds anybody in there. If you go into that event and you see that someone's already added, hop on there and talk to her and make sure she's talked to them first, because chances are if that's happened, she hasn't. Okay, so the next thing, that's going to be, so her invitations, her inviting everybody's going to be about a month out. Now, granted, I know some people you'll reach out to and they'll be like, yeah, it could be the end of the month, and they want to try to squeeze in a special that last week. That's okay. You're not always going to have a month in advance. You can still do this within a week. You can have this party script, and I'm going to go over everything with you. You can have it saved and ready to follow through, so that if that does happen, you're prepped. You're ready. So in the event, now it's a 30-minute event. If I have it set up for a month ahead, obviously throughout the month, I'm going to post something. I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to make it, maybe one day I'm going to do my laundry. And I'm like, you know what? Heather's party might like to see this. We've got about 2.5 more weeks before the event. I'm going to go live and I'm going to show them how I do my laundry real quick. So I will do that. Live videos are incredibly powerful, right? And that's going to be a huge key in here in a minute when I finish with this part. I'm also going to post something like, which warmer would you choose? Now, I don't play games in my Facebook events. And one reason is because I have my host, once everybody starts getting their RSVPs in, I have my host give me a list of 5 people. And these 5 people are her VIP customers. These are her VIP guests. And what I do is I will personally add each of these people. Actually, everybody who's in the event, I'm adding on Facebook. One, I want them to know that I'm easily able to they can reach me easily if they need any help, have any questions or anything like that. But also because after the event, I still want them to see me posting about my lifestyle, what I'm doing with Scentsy, how I'm using it. So I'm adding everybody on that event to my friends list, but especially the 5 VIP that she sends to me. And what I do when I reach out to them is I let them know, hey, Heather, let me know. Heather considers you a VIP friend. She thinks you're really going to love the stuff that we are going to talk about. So I want to send you a VIP packet. Now, I do this because, one, it gets my name and my information into 5 new people's hands. And I'm going to show you what I put in this. So this is what I use. It's just this poly mailer. I get them off of Amazon. I'm all about the pink. You can get cute ones. You don't have to buy pink ones. You can get like 99-cent ones if you want. But I put a catalog, one catalog in. And on your catalogs, guys, if you don't have a label with a picture and a story, I highly recommend that you guys do that. Okay, so I put a catalog and a bunch of samples because I'm only sending these to 5 people and they are her VIP. So I send purposeful samples. And what I mean by that is the scents that I send are going to be from our classics is what I guess it's still classics. I can't even remember what it's called. It's still classics, I believe. The classic scents like black raspberry vanilla, Luna, white tea and cactus, sun-kissed citrus, coconut lemongrass, those scents. Because if they happen to like this Luna scent circle that I send them, they're probably going to like it in the laundry too. These scents are offered in all of our products. So I want them to fall in love with it and see that, okay, you like the wax, but did you know we also have this? So you can upsell to them just by giving a variety of the classic scents because it's in every product. So I will send a scent circle. I will send a skin sample. I will send, I do a wax sample, but I do a layered sample. And this is Blue Grotto. So it's always the scent of the month. And then I find a sample, a scent that will be, will complement it. So this is Strawberry Swirl. You guys, this mix just this sample alone this month has booked me 3 more parties. It upsells. Now you can send 1 bar, 1 sample of 1 scent if you want, and they'll fall in love with that 1 scent. But when you do mixed samples like this, they fall in love and they want both. So chances are they're going to go from 1 bar or 3 bars to 6 so that they can have 3 of each scent. So that's the reason I do that. And then I will also send about 3 or 4 more wax samples. You can do felt strip if you want, depending on where you live with your temperature and whatnot. In the summer, I will do felt. And then 1 mixed wax. And then the last thing I do is is laundry samples. Now I have two different kinds here to show you the way you can do them. If you do not have anything like this is off of Amazon. They're spice zip baggies. They're clear on the back. They zip right here like the sandwich bags, that seal that they have. If you don't have these, that's okay. You can even get these little Ziploc baggies. It doesn't matter. I just like this because it just looks more professional. I'm all about looking professional with everything. And then the laundry sample. I will do 1 small load of laundry sample, and that is their VIP packet. Now, when we have a special going on like this month, I will also put in a flyer about like the free shooting star kit, enhanced kit if you earn it, with the, I don't know why I can't think right, why I can't speak, I can't get my words to come out right tonight. The join special, I will add that in there, and then I will add a personal little note, just a quick little, like on an index card or anything, saying, hey, you were, as I told you before, you are Heather's VIP. I hope you enjoy all of this. If you have any questions, please let me know. That's it. Literally it. And that way they feel like, I mean, they can physically see that you've taken the time to reach out to them personally and make them feel special. So at least those 5 people are going to attend, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to be shopping with you. And then chances are from that, they're probably going to be hosting with you because they're going to see all the effort that you put into it. Okay, so that's part of the meaningful content that I do. So the purposeful and personal content. When you post in these events, you do not, especially the way Facebook is going right now. Y'all, I have been in Facebook jail. It is no fun, and I do not want anybody else in it. You want to make sure that the images and stuff that you're using are personal. You want to make sure that if you are posting something, it is not even taken from the workstation, from the marketing tab. You've got to edit them, okay? Because if tons of people are taking those images and sharing the same image, you're going to be put in jail. So what I do is I use WordSwag, I use Over, I use, and I'm not going to answer, I know I have kind of moved the conversation off to the side, so if there's any questions that you guys have, I'll come back and touch base on all those later. So I'll repeat these later. WordSwag, Over, Rana Design, and A Beautiful Mess. Sometimes I use that one. So those are the 4 apps that I use all the time. And you can just add borders, put your face on them. I mean, and the more personal you can get it. If you can take a picture of yourself holding a bag of chips and a water or something saying that the Facebook party is going to start and this is all you need, that's even better. So I'm going to actually pull something up real quick so I can tell you what I do. I will post the day of the party, what they're going to need. And basically it's what I just said. They're basically going to just need their computer, their phone, a snack, comfy clothes, probably their PJs, because we usually do these parties around 7:30, 8 at night. And that's it. And a drink, a beverage, their choice, wine, coffee, water, whatever they want. So that'll be about 30 minutes before the party. 5 minutes before the party, I do a quick post of here's what you can expect. And that's going to have, the first one's going to say it's going to be a quick roll call. It's going to be a short product video for the second post. I'm going to post my favorite pics of my products that I love, my favorite ones. And then I'm going to do a thank you for joining. So the 30-minute party only has 4 posts once the event actually starts. And what I'll do, actually, if Heather, if this sounds good, I just thought about this. You created an event for this call tonight. I can actually make it into a mock Facebook party. So we can do that. So if you guys are in there for that, I will post this stuff so you can see what I'm doing. So the next one that I do right when the right after that one, probably about 2 minutes after that one, I'll do a roll call. And the reason I do this is because I want to know where everybody's coming from. I'm doing this one for me. I want to see where's everyone located. And my mind is automatically going to how can I plant that joining seed to them. I want to know where they're at. So I want to know where they're from, and I want to know how they know our host. I want to be able to connect. I want them to connect. And you'll find sometimes I've had in the last probably the last 3 parties that I've done, I've had people who have been mutual friends but didn't realize they were mutual friends. So they were meeting each other and reconnecting again by doing this post. So it's been a lot of fun. And it keeps the comment and the interaction going. It keeps people's attention. The next one is going to be where you go live. Okay, this is the most important part with the Facebook event, Facebook parties. When I talked earlier, I said I want you guys to make these parties as much like a home party as you possibly can, because that's where everyone has the most fun. That's where everyone gets the true Cincy experience. So with an event, our Facebook party, clearly we can't be there physically, but you can go live and they can see you. So you can bring everything you have to them in a sense. And what I'll do is I'll actually set up a display. I will actually have a table that has, just like I would a home party. I keep mine very simple, simplicity, 100% simple with me. I will have the warmer of the month. I will have an element warmer. And I will have a nightlight. And depending on, and for this event, I will do a lampshade. I will do a lampshade because the lampshades, if you can show them, you're probably going to be able to sell them. They're absolutely beautiful. And then I will have the counter clean. I will have a skin sample of some sort, usually the body souffle. I will have the laundry love bundle, a diffuser, and I will have a buddy or a buddy clip, whichever you prefer, whichever you have. Now, if you don't have all that, if you don't have a diffuser, that's fine. You don't have to have one. I just like to be able to show. That is one of our, it's our biggest selling product. It's the biggest money value. So I want people to see what it is that I'm so excited about. I want them to really see how it works. I want to be able to explain everything. So I will spend about 20 minutes of the 30 minutes doing this display. And I let them know right at the beginning, the more you interact with me and the more that you ask me questions about products and things you want to see, it's going to be, I promise you it'll be worth your time. And the reason I say that is because at the end of it, I'll message them and be like, thank you for your participation. I'd like to send you free samples. And what I will do is just send them a cent of the month sample. That's it. But it gets them, they think there's going to be a freebie. You know what I mean? They think there's going to be goodies that they can get. People love free. It's like, it's everyone's favorite language. I do. I love free. You know, it's my favorite. So I try to do that with the Facebook event. So for 20 minutes, I will go live with that, talking about everything I can. And then once I'm done with that, I will do my Sarah's Top Picks. Now, something that you guys may know, Kimberly Pulido, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She does events through her Facebook business page. And this is something that is probably, it's really smart, especially now that you might want to consider doing if you do not have a business page. It's not something that I have told my team that they need to have, but it's something that I'm going to be talking to them about. Facebook is getting really funny with posts, using your personal page, using groups. They don't want you selling on your personal page. If you're not active in a group, you're going to start getting like booted out. It's really bad. So using a business page, you can actually create events within your business page. So you can have you can have these parties in this page if you want. You can also create photo albums where you can make a bunch of different pictures of the favorite products that you have and share the entire album from your Facebook business page into the event. So it keeps them all in that one place. You're not having to worry about them going all over different places. So I will post my pictures. Sometimes I post for my business page, sometimes I don't. But I'm probably going to start shifting more towards that since Facebook's been so crazy lately. After that, after I give them about 5 minutes, so we're about at 25 minutes of the 30 minutes party. That'll be at the 30-minute mark, I will send another image that says, thank you for partying with me. I'm going to read it real quick to you guys. says, thank you for partying with us. Party closes tomorrow night at midnight. Did you have fun and don't want the fun to stop? Comment below to host your own 30-minute party. And that's all that I do. And then above that, I put a little blurb about, how they can host and what the host will get and all this other stuff. But that's it. There's only 4 posts in the main 30-minute Facebook party. Now, the other style that I do is a week-long party. Now, these I do not try to do unless my host is adamant. If she doesn't want to do a 30-minute Facebook party because she truly, genuinely feels for whatever reason that people will not come or will not attend the live event, then I will do a Facebook party for a week. Now, my week is only 5 days. I tell her 5 days. I do not do 7 days. Again, I started on Monday and I go to Friday, and that's it. I don't want to give everybody this huge window of time to be distracted or get bored. People's attention span is very little. It doesn't matter how old you are. They just get bored, especially with, being on a computer. If you're not there in general or in person, they're going to get bored. And I want to back up just a second because something that I did forget about was how I have them order. Now, when I do a home party, I do not let my customers fill out order forms. Okay, so I treat this just like I do a home party. So through my event, I have created a Google Forms order form. Now, if you're not familiar with Google Forms, I can post something later. I'm not going to go deep into that right now. It's a whole separate topic, but it's really simple. You just need a Gmail account, which most people have already, but you'll need a Gmail account, and you just create a Google Docs, a Google Form through that. They click on this. They tell you what they want. They give you their name, their address, their phone number, their email, exactly what their list is, and it sends right to you. You have it in your Google, your Gmail account, so that you can easily combine and save for them. They're not going to get frustrated with what they don't want. They can look at the online PDF file. If they were a VIP, they've already had the catalog. They know what they want. So they put this on the list. You can combine it and save it for them. You can also tell them, oh, you've got 4 bars here. Did you know that if you've got 6, you get that 6th bar free and it's only $25? You can upsell like that. Whereas if they go online, they're going to order those 4 bars without, you could lose out on those 2 bars. So that's another reason why I do that. So I have them fill that out and I complete their order for them. You can collect payment any way you want. I do through PayPal and credit card. So you guys can choose which way you'd like to do that. Now for my week party, I break it up into days, like what I'm going to post. Like the first day, obviously, I'm going to talk about the wax and the warmers. I'll talk about the scent of the month. I'll talk about the warmer of the month. I will go live and do a tip on that, and I will talk about how to change their wax. Because a lot of people don't know how to change their wax out of their warmers, and they don't know about the cotton ball tip. Okay, so by going live on that day, they get to see my face. They get to hear my voice. They get to know me a little bit more and hear my excitement with what I'm doing. So that's wax and warmers. And then the night before, I will post something. I will post something about my nighttime ritual, which is with our diffusers. So that lets them know the very next day that we are going to talk about diffusers and oils. So if they want to really hear about diffusers and oils, they know that they need to be paying attention to day 2. So day 2, this is where I'll go live with the diffuser. I'll show them how it works. I'll go through the light settings. I'll talk about the warranty. I'll go through the oils. I'll show them how to put the oil in, the water, all of that. I do all of that. Then I will post later, and this is spread out through the day. So it'll be like 2 hours in between, because if you're constantly posting in a group, again, you're going to get put in Facebook jail. So you want to be careful with that. I will post images of the oils. I'll post different images of the diffusers that I have. If I've got a personal photo that I can use, that's the photo I'm going to use. I'm not going to use a stock image. If you have personal photos on any event that you're doing, it doesn't matter. Use those pictures versus a stock photo, because chances are you are not the only Scentsy consultant on their friends list in their feed. And 9 times out of 10, they're probably already going to see a stock photo that's already been posted by 5 other consultants. So they're not going to care to see it again. So use a personal image that you have. So that night I will talk about, usually I do my laundry on Wednesday. I don't know why. I always do my laundry on Wednesday. So I will post a picture of my nasty laundry pile that I have to do. And I'll be like, okay, take a look tomorrow, day 3, we're going to talk about laundry and cleaning. So the next day I will go live and I will do a load of laundry, and I'll show them how it works. I'll talk about the laundry liquid. I'll talk about it being HE machine safe and it's highly concentrated, and how the whiffs work, and what it's really similar to Downy Unstoppables, because when I let them know that, they know what to compare it to. That people have always heard, they have heard of Downy Unstoppables. They probably haven't really heard of the washer whiffs, so that's why I always put that in there. And then I talk about the dryer discs. With the dryer disc, what I do, obviously I throw them in the dryer, but I also let them know that they're good for other things as well. Another tip is I let them know dryer disc can go under a trash can if you got a stinky trash. If you have a diaper genie, I have a 10-month-old, so we're still in diapers, and it stinks, I will put a disc under her diaper genie. So people will buy dryer discs, not even for the dryer, but for these other reasons. Okay, and then I'll talk about the counter clean, the hand soap, the Scentsy Fresh, all of that home kitchen clean stuff. That's all on day 3. And then day 4, I talk about our skin and our groom. I'll take a picture, if my husband cooperates with me, I take a picture of him with the shower bar or him shaving, because he's a huge fan of our number 4 product. But that also lets him see that what I'm promoting and what I'm sharing, we're using in our day-to-day life too. So then I'll talk about our skin and our groom. And then I save the kids for last, because I like to end with what everybody loves. Everybody has a child they can shop for, whether it's their own, a niece, a nephew, a grandchild, a neighbor. There's always a child that they can think of and that they can relate to in some form. So I like to do that one last. And then I'll post about all the kids stuff. I'll do another thing with the kids diffusers and the kids oils, the warmers, the buddies, the clips, the smoothies, all that stuff. And then that's what I end it with. And I will go live thanking my host, explaining, if anybody orders, I'll post a thank you. I'll tag their name in it, and I'll say, I hope you love your new warmer, your new diffuser, your new oils, whatever it is they bought, so that people can see, people are ordering, what they're ordering, sense that they're getting. The host gets excited because she knows that orders are coming in, which again gets her to keep interacting with the post. It all comes back. You can do everything you perfectly on point, on key the entire time, but if your hostess is not interacting with you, and she is not talking in the group, and she's not sharing her own excitement, it's going to be a flop. If you guys are doing Facebook parties right now, are you hostess coaching? Do you feel like your events are kind of flopping out a little bit? Are they doing one-on-ones with their customers that they're inviting? I promise you, if you start doing this, you're going to see a huge turnaround with your orders and getting bookings from these Facebook events. When I started doing my VIP packets, sending 5 VIP packets, my bookings off of parties started really growing. So I wanted to give a little bit of time for some questions. I'm going to post in the event that Heather had created as a reminder for this exactly how I do a 30-minute party, because I know me talking about it may not be really easy to understand. This way you guys will be able to see what I do and how I do it. And then if you guys have any questions from there, I'll be happy to answer anything that you have. I'm getting messages now. So do you guys have any?
I think there's a bunch of questions that came in.
You want me to just go over here on the side and read through them?
Yeah, that way. Here's one. When you collect the pay, do you charge shipping for each person?
I do not, because let me say this. If they're local to me, I do not. My host has the understanding when we first start, and this is part of the hostess coaching, if she collects $200 in orders, it's free shipping. So automatically right off the bat, we are shooting for $200. So I'm not going to charge shipping. Now I let them know that if the party doesn't hit that, I will have to charge them shipping, but letting them know ahead of time, I have never had an issue with it. Now, something I did forget, so thank you for asking that. if I do have a local Facebook party host, I will send her a little pouch of new release scents. It's not a pouch party, but I want her to be able to try to collect outside orders because not everybody is going to hop on the event, and that's fine. But I do meet with her about a week out, and I will try to give her a pouch party full of testers of just the new releases if she's local. Now, if they're not local, it's just the VIP stuff that I send out. I do not send out any more of that, but that helps ensure that the party gets to $200. And since I have been doing the VIP stuff, I haven't had a party not hit 200 at least. They've all been qualifying. So I haven't had to worry about that yet.
I just want to thank you, Sarah. I had an officer come over. I'm at work. And this is Terry.
Oh, hey, Terry. Sorry. I was like, who's talking?
And he's going to order some scent circles and some other things tomorrow. So by him coming over and seeing you, he decided to talk Scentsy.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
That's why I wasn't listening. I had an order going on.
Oh, that's all right. You're working. That's all right.
And then Rosalie said, should we not be using a Facebook account for Scentsy?
Like a Facebook, your personal page?
I think that's what she's asking. Yeah.
No, you definitely can, and I recommend always putting it with your Facebook page, your personal page, because you want people to see that you were using Scentsy in your everyday life. You just have to be creative and original with the content you're sharing. You don't want to be doing stock photos. You don't want to be stealing the same image that's floating around because that's what's being blocked and what's putting people in Facebook. You want to share how you're using it in your everyday life. If you're doing a load of laundry, I mean, there's times where I'll take a picture of myself with my laundry in my face saying I'm smelling it because my laundry smells so good. I mean, I'm ridiculous sometimes, but it's original context and people know that's me. That's who I am. So by all means, please do still use your Facebook page. Just make it personable and authentic to you.
The reason why I asked is because I have a separate Facebook page strictly for Scentsy.
Okay.
And I will take from the marketing page and I will sometimes share those photos, make a collage. I even have had live photos and videos of maybe the diffuser working. That's okay, you're saying, to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have plenty of girls on my team as well who have a separate because they choose to keep theirs separate, and that's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing
Hi,
wrong.
Heather.
Hi. When you give a sample to the live attendees, is it a bar or just a wax sample or of the scent of the month?
It's just wax samples. If I said bar, I'm sorry. I do not give each of them a full bar. I do just samples of the scent of the month, and I try to do a mixture. If I can find a scent that complements it with it, that I can mix together, that they're going to fall in love with, like Blue Grotto and Strawberry Swirl, that's what I will do. But I will just do samples, not an entire bar.
Okay, and Gillian asked, why those specific items? I guess maybe she's referring to
My
the
VIP
thing, maybe?
Because I want people to, one, if they love their Scentsy waxes and warmers, I mean, I want them to be able to change their variety for the scents that they're choosing. But I do the other samples because I want them to see that we have other things other than wax and warmers. I do the skin because 9 times out of 10, somebody is not going to order something they cannot smell first and they cannot see how it feels on their hand. You can tell people all day long that it is not oily and it doesn't leave a nasty residue, but if you're not giving it to them to try, they're not going to buy it. And then for the laundry, I love to send the laundry because it is, I mean, if you do a laundry love bundle, $50 for laundry, people are going to be like, you're crazy. But if you can get it to them to use and sample, they're going to fall in love with it and they're going to want more and they're going to reorder. If you guys, if you can share it, you can sell it. If they can smell it, you can sell it. I promise. So those are the things that I do. That's why I do those things.
Now, I swear, but I sell a huge part of my PRV is from Washer Whiffs and Laundry Love. So if you're not sampling that, you better be listening to Sarah because it is a big money maker.
Yes.
Deborah, I think we answered yours with the shipping. Beverly says again, live party ? Was your first post a roll call? I wrote down short video, my favorite picks, and thank you, but I missed the first thing.
It was the what you'll need post. Like
PJs,
the one,
your computer, phone.
a snack, a drink, or anything like that. Mm-hmm.
I have never been able to set up a Facebook event for more than 2 weeks, someone said. That was Elizabeth.
So, yeah, that is from in your workstation. You don't want to have the actual workstation party link for more than 2 weeks, but you can have the Facebook event open for as long as you want. You pick the dates. I don't create the actual party link until 2 weeks out. I don't know why I didn't think to talk about that. Our workstation, if you have an event open for more than 2 weeks, say somebody accidentally orders under the wrong party or doesn't order under the party at all, you cannot switch that order to that party if it's been open for longer than 2 weeks. So you don't want to open a Facebook link, or a PWS shopping link until 2 weeks out. But
when I'm on, sorry, I unmuted. But when I'm on Facebook and I set up an event in Facebook, it will tell you cannot set it up longer than 2 weeks. It gives me that every time.
Oh, I've never had that problem.
When I go to Facebook and I say create an event, and I make a private event, whether it's private or public, it tells me when I set the dates, if I set it for tonight and I don't end it on March 21st, it tells me you cannot create an event for longer than 2 weeks.
I'm going to go and I'm going to do it real quick because I've never had that happen before. I do my events about 3 to 4 weeks out. Let me see.
All right, while she's looking at that, does anybody else have, okay, here we go. I'll read this while you're getting that set up. Similar to Casey's questions about collecting shipping, I'm still new to this, and I barely get a $200 party from Facebook or an event or festival. With not knowing if $200 will be met for free shipping, is it good to charge the shipping? And if we hit the free shipping goal, does that make me look bad? Sorry, it's scrolling up. As I'm trying to read it, I apologize. Does that make me look bad? I'm afraid to not collect shipping and $200 is not met.
Okay, Elizabeth, I'm going to do the event stuff and then I'll post about that later just so we don't run out of time. But Melissa, when I first started, I was terrified about that. So I did charge shipping and I was honest. I let them know if we hit it, it will not be shipping and I will refund your money back. Or if I'll just give it back because usually I'll just hold it until I can see how much I can collect. At an event, that is something normally at event, I'm not taking a whole lot of orders. I'm usually doing cash and carry, but I will honor free shipping. That's just something I do. But by all means, I would go ahead and say collect the shipping and then reimburse it back. That way you're being upfront and honest with them. And then they're going to appreciate your customer service once they see that, okay, it has been met and I am going to get that back. So, Heather, what do you think about that?
Well, and I think you're absolutely right. If you're new and you can't afford to pay the shipping, then don't. Here's the thing. It's only going to be a big deal if you make it a big deal. And this is where host coaching comes into play. If you are not collecting $200 right now on Facebook parties, you need to look at your hostess coaching. Because with good hostess coaching, you will meet the minimum every single time. That's a huge part. You're going
to meet the minimum before the event even happens.
Yeah. And just to give you an example, my 50 Shades of Scentsy party that I just did Friday night, the hostess is the only one that showed up. About an hour into the party with the hostess, one of her friends popped in. I had literally one guest at my 50 Shades of Scentsy party. It happens to all of us. However, you best believe that I have been having her send one-on-one messages, and now the party closed last night at $350. So there is some power to the one-on-one because I know for a fact to get people to the 50 Shades of Scentsy, she just created the event and she did not private message anyone. And so we were going through this and I quickly found out, and she said, people just don't come to my stuff anymore every time I throw a party. And she's a direct seller as well for a different company. And we did a little experiment, and the one-on-one messages got her party up to $350. So there is so much truth into what she's telling you tonight. And Sarah is informing you of some big clues and pieces to this puzzle. It doesn't work properly unless you do it. And the one-on-one messaging and the hostess coaching is absolutely spot on.
Especially because you're not physically there, so they need to feel some form of a connection. They're not going to get that through just group messages and the extra sampling of the VIP packets, you guys. I'm telling you, you got to do it. You do not have to put everything that I'm putting in mine. Go based on your budget. Please don't feel like you have to do it all, but do something. Do just one sample of the end of the month. They're going to love that you even did that. Add a handwritten note. That's something that's really personable that really changes it up too. So real quick, I figured for Elizabeth, what I do with my events, I had to go back through my events and see what I did. I do the date it's going to start, like their live event, and then I'll edit it to an end time. So I don't actually put an end time for a month out. Does that make sense? Okay. I hope so. I know you're muted.
So like, what do you mean? Like, so I just try to do it again. So it'll ask you for a start time and a date, and then it'll ask you for an end time. You don't put an end time?
I do not put an end time if I have it for a month out. Once the 2 weeks comes or the week comes, I usually do it about a week. Then I will put the end time. So that's why I've never had an issue with that.
So you can continue posting in that event even though you don't put an end time?
Yes.
Yes. I just went and changed the date on ours to keep it open because Sarah's going to upload the stuff. So you'll see the date changed in our event because she's going to upload stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Melissa says, awesome, thanks. That makes great sense. I feel more honest about collecting than refunding later. Easier to give back money than to ask for more. I'll do more into the hostess coaching and one-on-one messaging. And usually if they pay for shipping and they hit it, you can just say, oh, girl, you want to add on a travel tin or a scent pack instead of refunding money. That way you can use this in such and such scent.
Yep. I do the room spray in a scent circle.
Yep. It's great.
Yep.
Any more questions for Sarah, guys? We have her for about 14 more minutes. So this is your chance to ask questions. She is
Sarah, how do you determine, and I'm new as well, so how do you determine who your actual VIP list is?
Well, my host tells me who her VIP people are, who she feels the 5 people are that will that either are new to Scentsy and have never used it, and I'll ask her that. If they have never used Scentsy, I want to be able to get product into their hand, and I want them to be able to look at a beautiful catalog and see all the images and all the stuff that we have. She's going to tell me who loves Scentsy but is afraid to order without smelling. Things like that. She gets to pick those 5. Well, I'm going to have to walk downstairs with you guys because my computer is going to die. Excuse me.
Oh, you're fine. And something I started early that I never really got started, I don't know if you do. Do you get their wish list from them?
Yes, that is something I do too because I want them to realize. I'll break it down. I'll tell them what they can get with their rewards. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Like today I have a lady doing a basket party and she's like, oh, I want an infuser, she called it. An infuser, but it's so expensive. And I said, well, girl, your party needs to get to $350 so we can get you one for half off. But she immediately turned off,
Yep. I just had this conversation from that live video I was telling you guys I did about earlier with my new spring and summer haul that I got in. I went live and I was talking about the diffuser and I got a party booked because I had a girl telling me she wants a diffuser and I had her give me her wish list. So, this is going to charge. Come on. Oh, Lord, you guys. Come on. I really don't want this. There we go. Woo, I was getting scared.
Just in time.
Man. All right. I have them tell me what they want in their wish list because, too, I get to get excited. When I see people's lists growing, it genuinely excites me because of their love for the product. So they get to see me getting excited, which pumps them up even more. So I will break down, they want a diffuser, you want it half off, you're at least going to need $350, at least. She's like, yeah, but what do I need for free? You're going to need $1,000 party, so this is what we're going to have to do. And we break it down, and we talk about it, and we get these people these group VIP people. And with her, depending on their wish list, I I may even bump it up to like 7 or 8 VIP people so that I can, you play with it. But yeah, having them give you their wish list is really, it's fun, but it's really important too. So they have an end goal in sight of what they want and a goal for what their party needs to be.
Just so I know, I'm communicating it right. I'm doing a pouch party and a 30-minute Facebook party. If she has people order from the Facebook party that are not local to her or me, I need to charge each of them shipping.
Yes, if they're not local and she can't give them product and you can't give them product, it's going to have to be direct shipped. Yes. Susie.
VIP packets again, please. Is Jennifer's asking the VIP packets?
I will show you that. So again, they are mailed out in these little poly mailers, little bubble mailers. There's a catalog. There's a skin sample. Now, if you guys, you'll see that I have these labels on my stuff. You need to be in the group Layers on the Sample. I cannot think of who it is that runs that page, but she's amazing. And as long as you are an active consultant, it doesn't matter what your title is, request to be in that group, she will approve you. She uploads these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful labels that you can print off any way you want for every product in the catalog. So that's where these came from. All right, so I'll do skin sample. Again, I want them to be able to use it and see and fall in love with it. I'll do a scent circle. And the scent circle is going to be in one of the classic scents, along with a washer whiff sample with the laundry liquid. And then I will do wax. And the wax, at least one of them are going to be a layered sample. And if you guys are curious about how to do the layered samples real quick, all you do is melt the wax into a silicone mold, let it harden. Once it hardens, you pour the other scent on top of it, and they mold together. It's that easy. That's my VIP packets.
And you said the 4th apps, Word Swag, Over, Rana, and A Beautiful Mess?
Yes.
Okay, I just typed them up for everybody.
Now, some of those are not free. I paid for Over, and I paid to upgrade Word Swag. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah. Is it Word Swag? Hold on, let me double check.
Yeah, Word Swag is one. And Canva is free, too, on your phone now. It's now on your phone.
Yeah.
We learned that last week.
Rana is the other one I upgraded. You don't have to upgrade if you don't want to, but if you do, it is a tax write-off, so just remember that.
How much time a month do you spend making samples? Jennifer wants to know.
Okay, so I used to be, gosh, you guys, I used to spend so much time making samples, it was ridiculous. But I talk all the time with my team about income-producing activity. So honestly, samples are awesome, samples are great, but I am not going to spend tons of time 24/7 making all these samples. So I will take about, when my girls go down at night and I have a downtime, I will knock out all my samples in one evening, probably about 3 hours. And that is wax, skin, and laundry samples. And then that 3 hours, whatever I get done, that's it. But that loads me up with tons of stuff so that through the next few months, I literally am just grabbing and going. I am not having to waste my time. And I don't want to say waste because it's not a waste, but it's not, you can hand out samples all you want, but if you're not doing follow-up and all this other stuff, it's not going to mean anything. So depending on what you're doing with that, it's going to depend on, how often you're going to be doing your samples. But that's just me. That's me personally. I will take about 3 hours a month, one night, and knock out all my samples and be done, completely done.
And I don't know about you, but I would make samples, and sometimes they were just too pretty. They'd sit on my little sample bar, and they'd sit there collecting dust, and I'm like, why am I not handing these out? Like, if you're going to make samples, make it a goal to get rid of every single one by the end of the month. I mean, it's a good...
Was it Jacqueline Roy, I believe it was, talks about a 50-10 rule. And she does 50 samples a month, 10 possibility packets a month. But I don't spend all my time making all these samples. I do it one evening a month and I knock them all out. Maybe I'll do a group meeting, a team meeting, and we'll make a bunch of samples together that way. That way we're multitasking and doing things together. But I don't spend tons of time on samples. I used to. I used to go crazy with room spray samples and everything like that. But you guys, I really started being more intentional with my business and what's going to be income producing. And that's finding hosts and finding new team members. So that's what I really focus my time on.
Skin samples, homemade versus Scentsy store. What do you do?
I make them. I make them because this gives me PRV to buy the product. And then I find that it's more affordable for me to order these little things off of, I think I order everything off Amazon, you guys. I can get like 100 of these for $3 or $4, and I can make tons of different samples. So I make all mine.
Anybody else have questions? I got about 6 minutes.
I don't have a question, but I'll just share how important it is, like Sarah was saying, to give out samples of other things besides wax and stuff, because I had a home party Friday night, and prior to the home party, I knew the guests that were coming, like there was 9 people coming for sure. So they were all local, of course. I gave them all a little sample of Counter Clean like a week before the party, and I said, please try it. And I sold 6 sets of 3 Counter Cleans at my party Friday night. 6 sets.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. I know this isn't like a home party thing, but at home parties, I actually have my host go up and clean her counter with the Counter Clean. You will be amazed at how many people will buy it. And then if they have stainless steel, have them squirt it right on there and clean their refrigerator or their dish dryer.
Yeah, it makes a huge impact when the hostess is using it, Sarah. You're right. Mm-hmm. Here's another question. Where did you get the laundry container at?
This one or the washer whiffs? I got, actually both of these came off of Amazon. I have Amazon Prime. So everything I do is straight off of Amazon. These are called spice packets. They're literally like little sandwich bags where the Ziploc bag. I've never had an issue with these. They're clear on the outside so they can see that it's going to be colorless for them. And these are just little test tubes. Tiny little test tubes.
They're asking if you could please post the items you get from Amazon in the event link.
Yes, I can do all of that for you guys.
I'm talking about the liquid. Amazon. Okay, Amazon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody else have questions? We have 4 minutes. So I'm going to ask a question then. So Sarah, if you could tell me one thing in your business on how you're getting your hostesses and your recruits, what does it come down to for you?
How am I getting them to respond to me?
Yes. Like how do you get so many bookings? And what?
I'm asking. I'm being genuine with them, and I'm just asking. I pay attention to who is liking my post, not even commenting, just liking. I'm paying attention who is getting on my live feeds. Again, not commenting, but if I see that their name pops up, that they've joined and started viewing, I'll reach out to them. I'll ask them what they think. I'm not afraid to reach out. I am not afraid to hear the word no. It sucks, but you have to go for the no to get those yeses. So honestly, it's just asking.
And you're sending that one-on-one messages to them then, right?
Yes, it is all one-on-one. And if I know them enough, I'll send them a text message. But something that has been really powerful that I love is you can do voice memos through Facebook now. So I will actually let them hear my voice when I talk to them, and I will ask them that way. And it's been working. So that's pretty amazing that it comes down to one-on-one communication. I mean, again, I guess it's really just making that personal connection with someone and making them feel special. Build that relationship and make them feel special. Yep.
Whether they're buying, hosting, or joining, it all comes down to one thing: you talking to them directly, and that's it. Yep. Having conversations.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of thank you. Lots of great info. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sarah, I took so many notes. I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome, Jamie. Thanks.
Hey, Heather.
I will post in that event too. I've going to have to get my daughter to sleep now. But tomorrow I will post in that event all of the stuff that I talked about for the 30-minute event. So you guys can have that to reference back to.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Sarah, so much. We'll stay on if somebody's got questions. I heard somebody saying a name, but thank you, Sarah, for getting on and taking an hour of your time with us. We appreciate you.
Of course, it was my pleasure.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye, you guys.
All right. Did someone else have a question?
Heather, I just had a real comment. You know, being new to the Sensi family, I have to say that I have never experienced the support that the Sensi, you know, family gives. And I mean, you don't have to do that. I mean, you guys are successful, but to be able to spend time with, especially the new people, it's really, it's really nice. And
thanks, Rosalie.
yeah, so it gives me a little bit of hope.
Oh, shoot, girl. It gives me hope too. I don't know. It makes me want to go work my business. I mean, I have four pages of notes right here. So I mean, I don't care what level you're at, you never stop learning and you never stop
exactly
working, you know?
Exactly. But I just wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome,
I thought
Rosalie.
it was very interesting, and amen to what Rosalie said. I appreciate Heather letting us combine and do these meetings. It holds me accountable, and it makes my group meetings much more fun, I think.
I think it's always more fun when we have more people, you know?
But I just want you to know that I've been doing this for 10 years, and I had a conversation with a friend of mine today who I was just like, I don't know how to find new people. I'm in this smaller area. You know, basically was kind of having a moment where I don't even feel like walking into my office. But after hearing some of the things Sarah said and the authenticity of your posts and your pictures and your content and the one-on-one, I think I'm frozen.
No, you're not. We're can hear you.
Okay. I was afraid I was frozen. It just really re-energized me to do different things in my parties. And that means getting out of my comfort zone sometimes. So I just wanted to say thank you to Sarah. I know she's gone, but so much great content that's super simple, but very applicable to our businesses.
That's awesome. Does anybody else want to come on and say a huge shout out to Sarah or what you learned? Because I'm gonna go back and stop the recording after we're done. That way, if she wants to re-watch this or share it later, she's gonna hear all the great words that we're saying to her. So if somebody else wants to go ahead.
Hello. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we'll go Beverly and then Pam.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just really excited because I have a home party scheduled on Saturday the 18th. It's my first home party probably in 2 or 3 years. And I'm really pumped because I've been writing all these notes about hostess coaching. And even though I've heard it before, it's just a new perspective. And I'm very excited. And thank you, Sarah. Thank you for all the wonderful tidbits. And this call has been great. So anyway, this was a very good topic, Heather. Okay.
I just want to say thanks. I've been successful of doing Facebook parties, and the VIP pouches, I think it's going to take my business to like a whole new level. I would never in a million years thought about doing that.
I thought that was genius. When she told me that, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And we were talking, last week when it was all of us. I've been having like amazing Facebook parties, and I would never in a million years thought
it's
to do
crazy,
that.
Huh?
So it really is.
I
can't wait to go make samples and stuff like that. So
that's awesome. All right, anybody else? Casey agrees. I so love the VIP pouch idea.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Casey, yes.
Hi. I try to stay unmuted, so I don't really know how to use this thing. But I think it gave me a renewed sense of energy, even though with the, my sales, my goal I just reached, just hearing what she said for one about the VIP pouches. I love that. The 30-minute live party, I never thought of that because mine are usually 5 days long. I like it that way because I have a busy life. But I have found before that some people do get bored after a day 2 or day 3 and they won't come back. So I really love that idea. I mean, all the information she gave was so great. I'm just writing stuff down and trying to figure out things to do and post in my group as well. Because I do post a lot of the pictures from Pinterest and things like that. And I want to get my customers more involved also. Send me a picture of your product, like I posted on my group page, and things like that. So she's giving me a lot of great ideas, and this was really, really great.
Good. Yay. I'm so glad. She's wonderful. She has got so many great ideas, and her team is just and group going strong. She's a fabulous leader and has got tons of knowledge. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. Well, I am going to stop the recording then. Thank you guys so much for getting on. And thank you, Sarah, again, for all the wonderful nuggets. You taught all of us so much tonight. So thank you guys. And we will see you next Tuesday night on our conference call again, but I'll stop the recording and we'll hang on for a few off the record questions, if you will. All right.